Hey guys, it's Tina, and today I'm going to be doing it's May, right? April, May, March. It is March. Okay. Good job, good job. Hey guys, it's Tina, and today I'm going to be bringing you my March wrap-up. This month I read 3 books, but 2 of them were massive, so I'm okay with that. Why am I saying that? I'm good with 3 books anyway. 3 books is actually pretty average for me, so I don't know why I'm trying to justify that, but whatever. I'm proud of it either way. I am in such a good mood, I don't know what's going on. I think it's because it's so nice out. Like, I go to school in DC, and it was like 75 degrees today, and I am just so happy because it's so nice out. Like, literally, before I had my windows open, and like the breeze was coming in, and it felt like I was sitting outside, but I was inside, and it was just the nicest feeling, and now I'm just like pumped up. I love spring so much. What was it? Books. Books! That's what I'm supposed to be talking about. Okay, so welcome to my wrap-up. I've decided to do one of these every month, and basically I think I'm going to go through the books that I have acquired, read, TBR, and then also just some like random life updates, vloggy bits, business. Yeah. What am I doing? So the first book that I read this month was The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I don't know why I'm going like this. I don't have the editing software to put the book here. And I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy it, but there were some things that were wrong with it, and I just couldn't give it a 5 stars. I'm sorry. So overall, of course, this book was amazing. It's a Brandon Sanderson Mistborn book, like how could it not be? As always, the characterization in this book was phenomenal. Just the way that the characters act is so realistic and seems so much like a real person would act. The plot, of course, as ever, I can't say anything about it because second book in the series, but the plot was so rich and engaging and just went in so many different directions that I didn't see coming. Like, you'd think that I would be used to Brandon Sanderson's writing and his plot twists by now, but you'd be wrong. The things I didn't like about this book: it took me a while to get into it, like 200 pages or so, which is really long. I mean, granted, it's like almost 800 pages, but 200 pages is still a lot, where I was just like, I don't know if I'm feeling this or not. There were also certain aspects of it that were really repetitive, just like certain themes, like, oh, do you remember this from the last book? And they'd say that like 5 different times. Or, do you remember this from Vin's backstory like 5 or 6 different times? I'm like, yes, I remember. I read the book, and you don't need to tell me multiple times. Like, there were just certain things that kept popping up over and over, and that was kind of frustrating. The next book that I read, surprise, is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, and I give this a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I rounded up to 5 stars on Goodreads. So I am fully planning to do a whole review, discussion, rant about this book, and when it is done I will link it here, down below, etc., but I've yet to film / edit / do that. But I just have so many feelings about this book that I'm definitely going to be doing that at some point, because just so many feelings and I need to talk about it. For those of you who have been living under a rock, Lady Midnight is the first book in the Dark Artifices series, which is a new Cassandra Clare Shadowhunters series that happens after the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices, and it was so good. I love all the characters, but you guys can only read this if you finish the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices, because there are massive spoilers for both of those. I've also heard people say that you are supposed to read the Shadowhunters Chronicles or whatever that thing was before reading this. I didn't do that and I was fine, so you should be good without reading that, but I'll go back and read that later. But this was so good, guys. It was so good. I loved the characters. Emma Carstairs is my favorite, and Julian is amazing. And I don't even know how to put into words how much I like this book. The only reason it was a 4.5 instead of a 5 is kind of similar to Well of Ascension, and that's that it took me a while to get into it. Like, at the beginning I wasn't loving it as much as I thought I would, and it took me a while to like get invested in the story. And also, I just feel like it catered to the fans a little bit too much. There was a little bit too much mentioning of Clary and Jace and Tessa and Jem and Will, etc. Like, there were too many things in it where the sole purpose was to make fans happy, and I just don't think that's an author's job. Don't get me wrong, I love things like that as much as the next person. Like, as a fan, I love that, but it just seemed a little over the top in this book, and sometimes it wasn't relevant, and I like it when it's relevant, but sometimes it's just a little bit too much. But of course I still loved it. The plot was amazing. I just love the characters. That's most of it. But also the plot was amazing, and the whole Blackthorn family is like my favorite. So read this, read the entire Mortal Instruments, read all of the Infernal Devices, and then read this and rant with me once I make that other video. It'll happen. Eventually. The next book is a book I bought from Book Outlet this month and I also finished reading, and that is This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales. This is a book that I've been meaning to read for the longest time because it's just a premise that really intrigued me. It's about this girl who's very depressed, she's bullied in school, and then she finds her way in life through music, and that kind of helps heal her, and that is just something that is very, I don't want to say close to home, but it's something that just really resonated with me, and I'm just like, yes, I need to read this. It's just, music is my life. It is everything to me. It is my best friend. It has pulled me through tough and thin. It has pulled me through everything, the darkest moments of my life. Music is always there. This is really rambly and vague, but just music means a lot to me. So I felt that I could connect to this character, and I kind of did at some points. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would because I hyped this book insanely, but in hyping it, I forgot that I'm not a contemporary person. I never read contemporary, at all. So this was very much the exception to the norm, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think the reason I sometimes didn't like it is because it was kind of too much close to reality. I think the way the author handled the subject material of bullying and depression and stuff was very spot on, and I just don't like realistic fiction because it is so spot on, and I read to escape things, so when things remind me of real life, I'm just like, no, and I avoid them, and sometimes they bore me, but I just avoid them. But I still did really enjoy it. I really like the main character, I like the plot, etc. And look at this cover. Can we talk about this cover? It is the prettiest thing ever. I love the typography, and also the girl with her beats on, and if you look closely, it spells out love in pink letters, which is so cute. And then the spine is bright pink, which is gonna look so good on my shelf. I'm so excited. And it's got the vertical type. Yeah, I love it. I actually waited to order this book because I needed this cover, not the other one, because I'm in love with this cover, and it's probably one of my favorite covers ever. Not gonna lie. So that is it for all the books that I finished this month. In terms of currently reading, I don't have any because I literally finished This Song Will Save Your Life a few hours ago. So a TBR, I think I'm gonna read Stars Above next. I don't know. I really need a 5-star book. I have not had a single 5-star book since this year has started. I mean, I guess Lady Midnight is the closest thing where it was 4.5 and I rounded up to a 5 stars on Goodreads, but I haven't had a 5-star book, just straight off. Part of that, I think, is that I'm being more critical with my reviews this year, because last year I gave way too many 5 stars that, just looking back, I'm just why? That was not a 5-star at all. So I'm just trying to get better with that, but I need a really, really good book, so maybe Stars Above, or I might reread The Hunger Games. We'll see. So next up is just life update. I have some vloggy, document my life kind of footage from Easter that I'm gonna show after I stop talking, or while I'm talking, I don't know. Yay, editing. So on Easter, I went to 2 church services. The first one that I went to is, I went to a sunrise service on the National Mall, in front of the Lincoln Memorial, and that was really cool. I wanted to see the sunrise, and they had music, and it was interesting. It was kind of cloudy, so I didn't even really see the sunrise that well, and then the sermon was really bad, but I'm not gonna get into that because it has to do with politics, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go all DC on you, but the music was nice, so that's all that matters. And then after that, I went home, I took a nap, and then I went to regular church with my cousin, and that was really nice, again, because music. There's a theme to this video. And then me and my cousin walked around the National Mall together, and I took a bunch of artsy footage because it's cherry blossom season here, and everything is so gorgeous. I love cherry blossom season so much. I mean, I was just ranting before about how much I love spring, but I am just such a spring person, and cherry blossoms are so pretty. So as an outro, I'll just show you guys some pretty cherry blossoms and spring footage, and that is it for this video. As always, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe, and let me know down below what you've been up to this month, what you've been reading, etc. And I will see you with another video sometime soon. Bye!